We're back with Jim Croy, and here it is 2015. But we got to educate. I mean, the people you probably coach and they come through here, they probably were born 1999, 2000, if not
after.
After.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go way back. It seems we're not going back to like the 1970s. We can talk. Did you remember Red Vest Pizza over in Wanacue?
I do remember Red Vest Pizza.
Okay, see, exactly. Some people, but no, we're just going to go back to the 90s. Talk about maybe it's not sort of the birth of the Northgate program. I mean, what I remember is, I don't want to misspeak, that Northgate always existed, but they really weren't a factor until, like, you talked about, you played as a freshman. I mean, how tall were you as a freshman there at Northgate?
As a freshman, I was probably 6'3".
Okay.
6'4". By my sophomore year, I was topped out at 6'7".
Right.
But yeah, I played as a freshman at Northgate. Sophomore year, we worked hard, but weren't all that successful in terms of wins and losses.
Right.
My junior year, Coach Frank Allocco.
Yeah, actually, means you're up to talk about that. So he comes from St. Agnes.
Yeah, he was a CYO coach. He was coaching his daughter and his son.
Exactly. Okay, always coaching Frank. What's his daughter's name?
Kristen Allocco.
Kristen Allocco. And so he gets the job, and he does have the pedigree going all the way back to Notre Dame.
Yep.
What was it like meeting him for the first time?
Well, I actually had known Coach Allocco for a long time from Excel,
of course,
from basketball camp. So my brother, all of my friends, we grew up going to Excel. So we were very familiar with Coach Allocco. When we found out he was the head coach at Northgate, we were ecstatic, super excited, because we knew what he was all about and what his dream and vision would be for Northgate basketball. And I remember one of the first times he met with us, he said, someday, and he took everyone outside, he said, someday that parking lot's going to be full, and there's going to be a line of cars down the road trying to get in here to watch you guys play. And sure enough, 4 years after he started, they won a state title with my brother's senior year.
Absolutely, but what were your records your junior and senior year?
My junior year, I think we were 23-8, and my senior year we were 29-4.
Exactly.
And we lost to Palo Alto in the NorCal semifinals, and Palo Alto ended up winning the state that year.
Right. Yeah, but then, as I said, you went down to Cal Poly. And, it was your brother, obviously Frank Jr., Jason Williams.
Yep.
I mean, that group, what did they beat, Artesia? I mean,
they beat Artesia in the state title game. I was playing at Cal Poly at that time and made sure to come back to the Coliseum to watch that game. But they played Artesia, and that was before the shot clock in high school basketball. And I think that game is one of the driving factors why there is a shot clock in high school basketball now, because at the end of each quarter, Artesia was bigger, stronger, faster, but Northgate was better prepared, better coached, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Frankie Allocco would basically eat up the last 90 seconds of every quarter, would attack the rim, and ended up at the end of each quarter shooting 2 free throws and made all 6, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, a kid named Nate Murray, who was one of my brother's best friends, who was kind of a 6th or 7th man on the team. My brother had fouled out.
Wow.
Nate came in, they intentionally fouled him, and he hit six straight free throws off the bench to seal the game. But I want to say the game was in the 30s and 40s in terms of score.
Yeah, that sounds like something Frank Allocco would do to a low-scoring game.
Yeah. He's mixed it up over the years.
Well, that's why I said that. I talked to A.J. Cool over there at De La Salle.
Yeah.
And see, I had my history wrong. I said, A.J., you beat teams, a lot of teams, 43-39. He says, no, Brian, we beat teams that year 72-39, because that was the year they were scoring like Joe C. and all those guys. But no, that's the thing. Well, no, with Allocco, you learned defense, though, I think.
Defense was always the first thing that we talked about in terms of all being on the same page, helping one another, and giving a great effort. But Coach Allocco is a phenomenal offensive coach as well. We had one game we scored 100 points, and every single guy on our team scored in that game, from the first guy to the 12th man. And that was in an NCS playoff game. So we could score the ball. We had Adam Roberts and Lou Caballero, who both went on to play at DVC. I actually finished my career playing with Lou at Westmont.
Right.
But we had some guys that could score, and Coach Allocco put in a system that allowed us to do so.
Right, and he's been doing that same system, Northgate, De La Salle. Now he's at USF.
He's at USF,
yeah. Mention that. I mean, that's that's he's coming in, whatever. I don't want to misspeak. I think he's in his 60s, and he's
and it's I think he still has a lot to give to the game.
Absolutely.
And everyone has known that he could coach at that level. Now he's got a great opportunity with Rex Walters, and it'll be exciting for him. New chapter.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think how we wrap up here. How about this? How about a memory of playing at Northgate for Coach Allocco? Something you'll always remember, like a specific moment.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one that I thought was pretty special. It wasn't even necessarily when I was playing there, but about 3 or 4 years ago, we did kind of a 20-year reunion.
Oh, wow.
And it was really a cool thing to see everybody come back that was a part of those early teams. And we actually had Coach Allocco put us through a real practice. So it was about 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Northgate was nice enough to give us the gym. Coach Allocco, Coach Sullivan actually put us through a practice. They were getting on us, barking at us. And he had, guys in various sizes, shapes, condition levels. But it was great. And that was just kind of what they always talked about was family and relying on one another. So it was really neat to come back and experience that.
I'm trying to think. You must have been one of the guys in shape, I would think.
I was one of the guys in better shape.
In better shape, fair enough. And then also, I just thought about that's a whole other thing. Brian Sullivan.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully people know who I'm talking about here. Is he now full time over at St. Agnes? Or?
I'm not sure exactly if he's full time at St. Agnes or not. I know he's been doing some different things. Obviously, still working with Excel.
Right.
But yeah, he had just finished playing at Eastern Washington. Was a great player in college there.
And also Clayton Valley.
And played at Clayton Valley. Phenomenal player there, and was cut from the CBA, which was the Continental Basketball Association back in the early 90s, and joined us. We were super lucky because we were 16 years old at Northgate, and Brian was 22 years old and top shape, and came and worked out with us on a daily basis and coached. So we were able to learn firsthand what it took to play at that next level.
I don't know if there's another example, but I meant he and Allocco, were a coach and co-coach for 20 plus years. I'll talk to Allocco about it, but Sullivan's a big part of that, I would think.
Absolutely. Okay. They were kind of hand in hand. They live right down the street from one another. So Coach Sullivan and Coach Allocco were tied at the hip, fought very much alike, and both played off of each other very well in terms of leading our team. Okay, excellent. No, so we'll take a break now, and when we'll come back, we'll do one more segment. I don't know what it is. It'll be like a trilogy. We'll find a way to wrap up here for Jim Croy from Elevate.